One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap of the truth. We couldn't do that. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder.
Yeah, I didn't think it did.
Yeah. We know.
There's some stuff happening outside.
Yeah,
today.
no, the city's burning down. Around us, around our ears. We're watching it again, but without the creepy song.
Yeah, I knew something was missing.
Yeah, it's just silent. Instead, it was just sirens, so it was even more creepy.
Wee
This real life.
Wee woo.
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot.
Yeah, freaking prove that.
Yeah, somebody's fucking
It's
cosplaying.
definitely not unrelated.
Someone's cosplaying the murder victim. That's important.
And also, like,
Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room.
There's a ton of crossover, guys. Come on. Like, a ton of crossover.
We're also pretty sure the body was moved because of the blood problem. Whereas shoes are have tons of blood, but there's no blood on the crime scene.
There's also a car that was, like, at the place of the crime scene that went to the other place that had a dead body in it. You think that there was, like, a transport element to this.
The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated.
Why?
We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
I knew it.
Wait, we're still going? I was like, alright, time for the next investigation phase.
Mr. Wright, do you mean?
Who the fuck else could you mean?
Yeah, what?
Also, wasn't that a thought?
What? Oh. Yeah, I don't know if people can hear your thoughts.
I was just doing a think, and she somehow knew I was calling the Texas Ranger. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Phoenix Wright would be a particularly bad lawyer if he was standing there saying all the things that he's thinking. Like, he's like, this might be my chance. What if, like, I gotta find the prosecution's weakness? Like, he's saying all this stuff to himself, giving away all of his thoughts before he does it. He'd be a terrible lawyer.
Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name.
Say my name.
I mean, he's gonna introduce himself.
Say my name.
Before deciding whether or not to comply. I don't think you get to choose that. That's some hot bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Very well then, Mr. Wright.
Well, you know, I think you... I don't know, I think you can, because, I mean, you can choose to not testify.
Yeah, but he's not the one that's testifying. It's not Edgeworth that's compliant. Like, yeah, because he said they want to hear the name before they choose to comply. It's like, I don't think Edgeworth gets to block my witnesses.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name?
I wonder, you already said Texas Ranger. Who do they think we're gonna pick?
Bruce Goodman. He's alive.
I'm gonna call his ghost to the stand.
We maybe in later games.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say we do.
When Maya levels up.
The little medium situation. You call Emma to the stand. She says nothing useful at all.
I don't think you can pick anyone else. I think you just embarrass yourself. Thinks he's a cowboy. It's just mocking him right there. Take that, Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet.
Yeah, so he's saying that out loud.
Yeah.
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet.
He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
Yeah, because that's his job right now.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. The fact that he got past him in the first place is one of the strongest pieces of evidence that this just is him. Because like he just went in expecting no one else
he wouldn't have to go past anyone.
Yeah, just expecting no one to catch him because he's just walking into the room that he guards.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while this witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Gonna have a lunch break, gonna eat a chicken salad. I did a slightly weird thing where, what was it? I ran out of groceries almost, but it was the middle of the weekend and I didn't want to go to the grocery store on a Sunday because that's like the worst day possible. So I decided I was just going to make one of those egg sandwiches with like the egg sandwich maker, but there was many things wrong because all my ingredients were gone except for egg. But also I didn't have any English muffins either. So I was like, what do I do? So I just kind of like, I used the egg maker to just make the egg and nothing else.
So you just have like an egg patty?
It was just an egg patty. And then I took I toasted some bread and I took one of the toasted pieces of bread and put it under the trap door so it would like drop directly onto the bread. So it was like it was a circular disc of egg patty on a not circular piece of bread. So it was like slightly weird. And I'm like, this seems incomplete. So I went in the fridge and I got the like, it's that I think it's like pepper artichoke dip.
Yeah.
And I spread that on the other piece of bread.
No.
And that was my egg sandwich. And it was way better than I thought it was going to be. It was pretty all right. It was like vaguely like spicy mayonnaise or something in an egg sandwich. It's like that's
artichoke
acceptable.
dip is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the spinach artichoke dip from Costco.
It's just my thrown together nonsense because there was no groceries and I'm like, I'm not going on a Sunday. Like I don't want to go on Sunday normally, but now it's worse because now it's dangerous on top of horrible because everyone's there.
Yeah, it's getting closer to us by association. One of the girls I work with, her husband's coworker's wife has it, and I'm like, it's closely like
6 degrees
sneaking up to us.
COVID-19.
Yep.
The worst game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's February 24th, 11:32. It's time for lunch break. That's why I was thinking about that. Also because it's chicken salad. Yeah, right. I had to remember how I got there.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
From doing my job? Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you've figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana's
just giving away that she knew the whole time that this is actually the answer. So
yeah, Lana could have
right.
helped us.
It's so frustrating.
But, she wants to go down. You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? No, I don't.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
You are. He's not reading the room.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Oh.
Sad Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
He phases back into reality.
Yeah, he faded in and out like that fucking ghost from Undertale. Like, oh. Then he fades away. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all day while on duty. This is your job.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. And to top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. That's another murder trial. What are you expecting?
Sorry, detective.
You better be, pal. Hey, I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
All right.
That was aggressive.
That's okay. So have you brought what I asked?
Oh.
What the hell is this? What is this hell?
What is this hell?
Keith just had way too much fun with that. He scared me.
There's weird laughing fits here and there.
He's scary, guys.
I tried to do the fucking like the Krusty the Clown clown laugh, and I couldn't get
yeah,
there. I just couldn't make it. It's too far. It's too hard. That marathon. It's a bridge too far.
I want to make that laugh my ringtone.
You mean this, right?
Is it implying that he has a crush on Lana? Is that why he's so weirdly giddy and weird, or is he just intimidated by her because she's his boss or something?
I don't know. Maybe he's just being really unsubtle about it. He nudge, he's in the know about something or whatever.
I don't know. I don't think
he just likes being included. I feel like he has a crush on whoever that picture is.
Yeah, you know what? Who is that picture? Maybe it's a picture of her. Who knows? We'll never get to see it. I hope we do.
It didn't look like it, did it?
I don't know. I didn't really look at it too good.
So this was there's a DLC case that was made after the entire trilogy was done. Mm-hmm. So it's probably a character from another game.
Oh yeah, it's probably
from
true.
The future. World building.
Maybe we'll get a whole backstory on Gumshoe one of these days.
Yeah, it's tragic backstory.
My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances.
This tragic backstory where he thinks he's a murderer, but actually not.
It's everyone's backstory.
Yeah.
I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident.
So she sent for him, pretending to be Phoenix Wright. But Lana, that's...
They're just last case we had you solve two trials, so this time we're gonna have you solve 3 trials. You gotta solve 2 murders that are happening at the same time, and a third murder that happened whenever the knife happened. Cool.
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here. You might do well to read them.
By the time we get to the end of the trilogy, we're gonna have a single trial that's the entirety of Zero Escape, where we're solving the fates of 9 people at once, because it's the only way to get them off.
What if there's just one case at the very end that has a through line through every case we've solved so far, and every person's involved that has ever been involved?
I would hate that. We
have to remember everyone's voices because we have to voice every character.
That's one of the worst things about the Sherlock show with Benedict Cumberbatch. From literally day one, they're Moriarty's behind literally every single case. It's just they just keep name dropping him every episode until finally he becomes a character and he's been behind literally every single case, and it's just this makes the universe boring when just one guy does everything. He
must be very busy.
It's bad storytelling and bad world building. Crimes could just happen. That's the point. It's Sherlock. Moriarty's only in 2 stories in the actual books, I think. One is the big Moriarty case, and the one is the death of Sherlock with the waterfall and shit. But then he doesn't die because, he got pulled back in and had to make more. So it's that was his death for 20 years or something like that.
Death would be too easy.
Death would be too easy. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness.
See, it ties into everything.
Joe Dark. The Joe Dark killings.
Oh my gosh.
Meet Joe Dark. Solved 2 years ago. Or were they? God, it's killings. It is many killings. We have so much solving to do.
People just really like to kill people in this world.
Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with the serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? Oh my
gosh.
God! Are you the John Dark?
What? My name's in there. I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that...
The murders we had before?
Remember that? Thing we never
Remember?
talked about in front of Phoenix Wright before? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark... No, Lana. That's over with. No. She passed out. No, she ran away. No, she fell over.
Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal. But I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence.
Knowing you, you might just be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
You pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I better take a look at this file. Or not. To be continued. But still the same day, in the same trial. We took save? Nah, I like losing progress.
I was thinking, I think it's funny sometimes where it's like, you want to save? It's like, no.
I like the thrill.
Kidding. Live life on the edge.
Your dog's armor crawling across the floor.
My dog's being weird. What's
we had
new?
a lunch break. Walla 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 walla.
Walla walla bing bong. Ooh ee ooh ah ah bing bang and a walla bing bang.
I know, the witch doctor. I always remember that from Homeward Bound. Singing that in the car, I think.
I always remember that from Rugrats, the movie.
He tries to kill his brother.
Using monkeys?
He tries to murder his brother in the rainy forest. He's gonna have him get eaten.
He's gonna put bananas on him. He's gonna put Nana on his forest.
It's really strangely dark. It's like a strangely dark plot point of him planning on murdering a baby. A baby was gonna kill a baby-er baby. That was more baby than that.
It's gonna be baby-side.
Baby-side.
The only thing I remember about that movie, right, besides that scene that I only remembered like in the last year, because I probably blocked it out in my memory, was they had the cool Reptar mobile.
Yeah.
And I had that car, and it had like markers and crayons in it, like it was an art.
Oh, like
thing.
a toy.
Yeah, it was a toy.
I was like, Jesus, you've downgraded.
What, in real life, I was driving around the Reptar mobile. I wish.
It's like being the person that actually drives a hot dog.
My freaking punk ass neighbor, like I remember he was playing with like a giant rubber ball, like those ones you use for exercise, and he threw it at my Reptar mobile, and something on the Reptar mobile popped the ball, like the claws popped it or something. And I was like, Daniel, wherever you are, Daniel, I fucking remember that. I'm gonna come after you.
I'm gonna get you.
You were a little punk. Probably still are.
I'm gonna get you.
That's Blondie.
That song's also in that movie.
We're just having a moment with Rugrats, the movie.
That's a song. That's the first time I heard it. Is that Angelica sings it when she's hunting them in the woods.
It's a dark movie.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. Guess we just need to go watch Rugrats.
Hold on, everybody. We're gonna go watch Rugrats.
BRB, gonna watch Rugrats and the Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze. You never seen that, have you?
No, I have. My friend was obsessed with it in high school. She made us watch it.
Oh, right. We talked about it recently. No, it was Andrew that, like, of course, knows the original show but never saw the movie that was actually American made. It has a completely different look to it all because it doesn't weirdly cut between two universes constantly. Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze.
Which you named a character after in Pokemans.
Yeah, good name. Good character.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Emma didn't come back.
Good.
She doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Except now she's a witness, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, she probably is now.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand, Emma Skye. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Yeah, Emma Skye, right?
That'd be a plot twist.
She did a
You're
terrible
drinking
job.
in the courtroom.
He was drinking at work, but he's
From
doing
a
it really
flask.
blatantly in front of like 50 people right now.
Yeah, no, he might have a problem. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Maybe he's just a cowboy, so he can.
He's too busy. He's going.
I think maybe he's just a cowboy because that gives him an excuse to have a drinking problem.
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you. Wandering the trails of simulation.
I'm drunk. I'm drunk on the sand, Your Honor.
The trials of simulation.
I'm having a rough day.
Wandering the trails of civilization.
It's fire waters getting him.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Damn.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. Judge.
See, he has a drinking problem.
There cannot be that much in there.
He has a drinking problem, but if he's a cowboy, it makes it look cool. So he's like, I'm gonna build my whole persona around my drinking problem.
It's all.
I'm gonna dress up my drinking problem in nostalgia.
It's all like, it's all frills.
Yeah.
It's all red. It's all alcoholic red herring.
Yeah, it's to distract you from the real problem.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling out.
I don't think it says Marshall.
Oh. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
That don't mean, what the fuck does that
What
mean?
about your own memory and also your job?
Yeah.
Also, are you a patrolman or do you guard the evidence room?
I don't know.
These seem contradictory. Like, he seems like the one guy that guards the evidence room. There's like cactuses and shit in there.
Yes, sir. Will you please explain the bloody cactus? Because that is my true, honest question.
Bloody your hands on a cactus tree. Wipe them on your dress and send it to me.
Aw.
It's a song just called Cactus, actually.
Who's it by?
I miss your kisses and I miss your hair. And a letter in your writing doesn't mean you're not dead. That's Pixies. And then it was covered by David Bowie on one of his albums.
That's beautiful.
It's a great song. It's just called Cactus, if I remember correctly. That's why it came to mind. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Gosh, get off your high horse, motherfucker.
It's like it's a horse on stilts.
Yeah. That sounds dangerous.
Yes, that's how you end up having to shoot a horse.
And perhaps some really injured people.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
I can barely understand that as it is, says Judge. I'm not very smart. I need you to dumb it down as much as possible.
Yeah. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard.
What the fuck?
It's a funeral? I mean, a graveyard?
Bone orchard. Oh yeah, I think he does mean like a graveyard for past cases or something.
Yeah,
he's making some dumb metaphor.
It's a crime graveyard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down, so he just left. Cool. Wow,
he's a terrible worker.
Every security guard is incompetent in this universe, otherwise cases would be solved. I'm just an innocent traveling man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail. What? Oh, if you're out of booze.
Oh my gosh.
He's an alcoholic. He has a genuine problem. That was the whole thing. 3 lines. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. You just did. That's what you said. That's what you said.
Well, yeah, but only when instigated.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? It's a camera and it's a card reader. Phoenix?
Yeah, those are 2 security measures.
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. Yes. That's fucking complicated. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks in the evidence lockers? Oh, it means there's 3. Yeah. Gotcha. Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
What? You work there?
You work there!
What are you doing?
He's not being very helpful.
I said, what are you doing? My dog started wagging her tail at me like she thinks I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
She must hear that from me a lot.
You sound disappointed. Yay! He's not that good with machines, or with following orders.
Or with anything that doesn't involve using cowboy lingo and drinking.
Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? He actually said prosecutor.
Oh, wow.
I had to do a double check. This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. He said 3 lines. Well, it won't be that hard to search for the problem, I guess. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard.
Hold it.
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who'd interred the recordings.
But what about the blue badger that was just constantly fidgeting around in there?
Yeah, that'd make it really hard for it to be so still in there. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. So he has the power to erase any evidence. Great.
Don't they always?
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. That's way too often.
That is way too often.
That's the same day.
It's not even like a week from then.
Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
Oh gosh.
Because it's time you'll never get back. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good.
Why not at least 8 hours? That way you're working a full shift. Like, why are you erasing every 6 hours?
6 is a bizarre amount of time. Yeah. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. They said I was supposed to be making rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
Why are you employed?
Yeah. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. You're a cop. Like, you're supposed to both enforce the rules and be restricted by rules. It's actually like a really fucked up concept whenever a police officer sees like the rules as like being between them and justice, because that's like the whole vigilante style thing where people just like it's like the kind of people that like idolize the Punisher basically, because like there's a lot of cops that put Punisher branding on their stuff, and it's like he's the cool super, like he's what we all wish we could be, because like he doesn't have rules stopping him from like like victimizing random people and shit, like assaulting people all the time and breaking into houses and shooting people and everything.
I watched that Super movie with Rainn Wilson.
The one with the wrench and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw Super?
Yeah, I did.
That is a hell of a movie.
Yeah, it was a movie with Rainn Wilson and what's her face?
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page.
What platform is that on? I need to watch it again.
I think that one I just found on. I think I might have just found it on Netflix.
That movie's fantastic.
But yeah, it's like they take
Shut up,
justice
crime.
into their own hands. They become vigilante superheroes, but they're really brutal because they don't really.
No, there's a scene where he beats somebody over the head with a monkey wrench for cutting in line.
Yeah.
And it's
No
bad.
cuts.
Like like it's the way it's framed. It's like it's distressing. Like it's really like, oh no, I think he killed him.
Well, and then the girlfriend starts yelling, and he clocks the girlfriend too, and they're all just both on the ground bleeding.
Everyone's just screaming at him. Because yes.
And Ellen Page just really wants to kill someone.
She's a nightmare in the movie.
She's like, I think that guy keyed my friend's car. So they go like beat up some kid that she thinks is the one that keyed her friend's car.
Justice.
Justice.
This is why who needs due process when you got your own internal sense of justice. Oh no. Oh no. No desperados I know joined the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me and the 50 children that are apparently watching this court trial, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck to the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do.
It's your job to know all these things.
I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired?
I know.
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. Then how did you...
Yeah, what were you doing that whole
get
time?
In the locker? I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. You can see it.
Yeah, you don't have to tell anyone because everyone knows already.
The entire mechanism is visible.
Yeah.
You can see it working. Sorry, partner, I don't know how scissors work. These newfangled complex contraptions the kittens is using. That's quite, incredible.
Yes, it is. It's almost impressive.
More like uncredible, because he's lying. He's a liar.
He's playing dumb.
He's being performatively anti-intellectual. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Why would that be well known?
That's scary, actually. Yeah, why would it be well known, but also you should tell people that their fingerprints are being used.
How would it be... Yeah, how would it be well known that the detectives don't know about their own ID scanners? Wouldn't it then be well known that they're ID scanners? Like, how does it become so known to some group of people that the detectives in this department don't know that the machinery exists without, in the process of that becoming well known, making it well known to all said detectives that the fingerprints exist?
You don't
Like,
think...
what the fuck bubble is this? And who are we talking about that's well known with?
Well, you don't think that at some point so-and-so was like, hey, Robert, do you have any Band-Aids? It's like, yeah, sure, pull some out of my locker. And it's like, why isn't yours opening? It's like, I don't know. You don't think they ever...
Oh my god, it's cursed! Am I a ghost?
You don't think they've ever, like, tried to open up anyone else's locker ever? Like, just for fun? Or, like...
They never noticed that when they touch their thumb to, like, this one part of the handle or whatever, it beeps and a light changes color?
Yeah, the light comes on.
Also, they have to get all of their fingerprints on a record. This was presumably made, like, with their consent.
I don't think it was made with their consent, but they probably have fingerprints on record because they're officers.
This dumb sentence from Edgeworth. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. But even Gumshoe knows about them.
Gumshoe's an
and he's
idiot.
like an outsider, outcast. Like nobody pays attention to him.
He doesn't even work there.
He's like the police dog.
Oh, that's cute.
He's the K9 unit.
Rough,
More like
pal.
the SL9. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time I went down.
You must be really fun at bars.
What were you doing in a place like that?
Drinking.
I was eating spaghetti.
What the?
Because he's a Western.
Oh my gosh.
All this cheese.
Spaghetti Westerns.
Western. You dumb motherfucker. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's
Vongole sepia pasta.
Is it Vongole?
I don't know.
Is it fully pronounced? I never know which parts to pronounce sometimes.
It's all good. I'm sure people forgive you.
No. Never. They never do. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Yes.
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. Also, what is the association between desperados and tacos?
Because they're in Texas, and Tex-Mex is a thing.
I'm like, what?
Because he's all about Texas, partner, and it's right along the border.
What about Texas barbecue?
Barbecue.
I hope this has at least taught you a lesson on how to create a very, very shaky alibi to your murder. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?"
So Phoenix said all that out loud too. I'm just thinking about all the things he says out loud now.
I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail. Out of ammo? Officer Marshall? That's right, partner, or as you'd call it, evidence. What? If you're out of evidence?
How can you be...
If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse.
Steel horse I ride.
Yeah. I'm wanted.
Wanted.
Dead or alive. Steel horse. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
His car.
The police station is to the south, sir? One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
Does everyone know that? If you're from Texas, can you
Did
let us know if this is true?
Did Texas abolish the police? Like, how is this? What are these rules? Apparently, your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante.
We already talked about that. I was at the street side saloon. That's how it went down. Wait.
Oh. If you're out of ammo, I misread that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I misread that too.
I took your as in like, you know, like what a Texan would do. Like the you, but like not the you.
Yeah,
literally.
like...
So I thought he meant like, well, when you're out of alcohol, you go get some more. That's why he was at the
that's what I thought he meant too.
Yeah, but he's saying like, he's an innocent traveling man, so if I am out of ammo being
Phoenix
evidence,
Wright,
then he's gonna hit the trail.
He's gonna leave.
That's why he said the confusing shit. Because it is confusing. Keep the rounds 3 times a day, but that's not your style. 2 security systems.
Is there something about the timeline that contradicts that?
He didn't give a timeline.
Well, I know, but he just says he was at the time it went down.
Boom.
So is there some reason for us to believe that he wasn't gone when this whole thing happened? I don't think so, but
Yeah, he wrote SL9 when he died. I'll spray him. Get back.
He's got blood all over his hands. His hands glow.
That was easy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I feel like 777 will matter, but I don't know. There's so much evidence in the game now.
Yeah, I just don't know what, Ooh. None of this seems like it has to do with what he's saying.
Extremely thin. Right, this was just blocking the door.
He didn't say anything. Like, I was gonna say we can. You can't really.